Hello guys, as you can see I gave you VCC sources in this in this file. uh, when we scroll you can see that there is location, banking, website, customer information and status for adverts. And let me tell you immediately, usually if the card is linking on adverts, the card will link everything. So you can see 250 guys. Yeah. Um, this is created by a guy who scammed in the end. He had, like a course, let's say, in on backbreaker forum, like in, like a special offer section. And I don't know what to tell you honestly. I'm not sure if he did it or he took it, from somewhere. But honestly, I was amazed, when I saw this. Um, Guys, just type 250 companies that will give you cards, yeah. I'm not saying it's, that hard, but honestly, guys, I think nobody done this before. And because there are a lot of, cards here, uh, I can tell you immediately that if you're not in United States or European Union, usually you will have issues, because, yeah, honestly, some of the cards are for other countries also, but majority of the cards, guys, are for EU and USA. And yeah, we have Hong Kong here in Latin America. Guys, if you're not from those countries, honestly, you can ask someone uh, to open it for you, or you can basically buy those accounts somewhere. Be very careful, guys, when dealing with VCC sellers uh, or with people that are selling accounts, like the whole account. Let's say you want to buy a Revolut business account, or you want to buy, Stripe issuing, or privacy issuing, or, mm, privacy account, normal account, let's say, or any of those, guys. Be very careful. I have mixed success when it comes to that. So some people scam me. The guy that created this sheet here, um, sadly he was a scammer also. uh, his pitch was that he uh, offered in the beginning only few cards, then he added more, and he said that you just need to order them, that he has a guy, uh, that he's paying everything to escrow. And yeah, he took orders from few people, and he never, well, basically he never, delivered. Also, the red flag was when he stopped, visiting Telegram group. And yeah, uh, then we escalated it, on backpacker forum. Uh, this is just, one of the examples, guys, what can happen. So even the guy that had the coaching, scammed us for uh, payment options. This is uh, definitely, not unusual thing, and that is why I said in my group, basically, if someone is caught scamming, he will be uh, deleted from the group, definitely, guys. Yeah, it's not, about the money. It's about basically attitude. Someone is, basically um, making fool, the people. And yeah, like I said, that will not be tolerated. Also, keep in mind that honestly, guys, sometimes it's not people's fault if something bad happens. uh, but be careful. Be careful. Let's say you bought a card, you bought a VCC from someone, maybe that person didn't know that something is wrong with VCCs. So don't jump to conclusions, like uh, that fast. Try to see what really happened. Try to talk with the person. Uh, Generally, guys, I was buying, like cards, like for, I would say, 4 or 5 years, and people are still selling not just cards. People are selling everything, guys. People are selling whole accounts, not just VCCs. They would basically sell, for example, Revolut business account. Uh, when it comes to Revolut business account, usually that account will have issues, even if it's fully verified. When you log in, when someone basically sells you that account, it will ask for re-verification, for example. So yeah, I have a lot of examples, guys, like of, failed, attempts. This video will be too long, uh, but you need to understand that, you know, even the people that already sold you, like legit stuff, whatever that you are buying, uh, they can, like for no reason, like apparently, at least for you, in your next deal, they can scam you. That happened to me also. Uh, I don't know what to say, guys. Be very careful. Uh, that is the reason why I gave you a website. It's trustless. You have a card checker. Um, that's it, guys. I mean, uh, theoretically, anything can happen to any source, but I gave you the best option, honestly. I will give you info for sellers that are recommended. I'm not saying that I dealt with all of them. Uh, I will give you those that are confirmed by other people, that are legit. Uh, when you're dealing with them, guys, I have no idea what will happen. I will just give you contacts. They're not my friends, guys. I'm not selling anything. Uh, you know, uh, the point was for you to have freedom, not just to choose uh, what you want to use for payment method, but also, like I can be gone tomorrow, guys, literally, like, but you will still have, like places where you can buy things, honestly. That's all. So yeah, and honestly, guys, I was never a card seller or anything like that, honestly. Just to keep things, like clear when it comes to that. Um, and none of my friends were also selling cards, but I bought them. Like I bought accounts, for example, like, like in different things in the past, like, and that's normal, like, yeah. So that is why I told you I know that uh, things can be ugly sometimes, and yeah, just be careful. And uh, the good thing about this, like file is basically under location you can see, for example, if it's only Brazil or Canada, or if it's a crypto card, or if it's EU zone, or uh, Latin America, Japan, Mexico, like, yeah, this is really valuable. Guys, believe it or not, another another personal story. People were pitching me one source, like one VCC source for 150, for example, just one source. Here you have 250, you know. But there is one thing that I want to mention again. Uh, Guys, if any VCC is not that hard to get, there is high chance, guys, that that VCC is blacklisted. I mean, you can definitely link that VCC, but what will happen next is you will get a payment method error. Let's say when you create your campaign. That is usual thing, sadly, you know, uh, because those VCCs are raped. People are creating 20, 30 or more accounts daily, guys, with the same VCC, and it's not that hard, for companies like Google or Bing or Pinterest or any other company to see that that being is being abused, and they will literally shadow ban that being. That means you can add your card, but you won't be able to do anything, with that card. Like being shadow banned on YouTube, your channel is not closed. You still have your channel, but YouTube is not showing your videos to anyone. Same thing here, guys. You will attach the card, but when you want to run your ads, nothing will happen. Yeah, so I'm not saying that all VCCs are like that, but you need to be really careful when it comes to that. If you see the issue that I just described, so if you're attaching your card and you're getting that payment error, as soon as create your campaign or, something like that, you know, forget about that VCC. I tested them, guys, a few months ago, so yeah, just keep that in mind. And yeah, that's it, guys. Like I said, people are selling them, people are selling whole accounts. uh, it's much easier if you are in certain countries. Definitely keep that in mind. And honestly, guys, if you can't work at VCC, don't stress about that at all. You have virtual bank accounts, you have CCs, real cards. Guys, I need to tell you one thing. Uh, I know that you might not believe me, but I created a lot of accounts recently. Uh, Not just Google. I created Snapchat, Pinterest, like Microsoft Ads. Believe it or not, uh, the cards that I were using were not charged, so there was no damage to anyone, guys. We just basically burned, imaginary virtual money from Google, Bing, Pinterest, or Microsoft cards, like literally. So yeah, you will see what happens, like when you're adding, your cards, payment methods in general, whatever you choose. Uh, if you follow what I was teaching in this course, you won't have issues, definitely. When it comes to VCCs that are, like I said, shadow bound, let's say, you can add them, but your accounts will never work. Uh, it's okay to try, but abandon those cards. Don't waste your time. It's very frustrating, guys. I've been there. Another personal story. I was one of those people that thought that you must only work with VCC, uh, and reality was that that's not the case. That's not the case. And yeah, uh, I always had one VCC that was kind of working, so success rate was not that great, but it was still okay. And then, guys, what happens? Like I said, people are creating a ton of accounts daily, and that will be flagged, like it's only a matter of time by any company. And then, like you can't work with that network. Is it Google, Bing, doesn't matter. And then you're waiting until you find another VCC source, and when you find it, let's say after a few weeks, that source again is shadow banned, and yeah, uh, it happened to me a lot, guys. Yeah, so that's it. mm, I hope I explained. uh, for sure, guys, there are VCCs that are not that easy to have, and those VCCs will work great. I know, for example, United States, Australia, they have some local banks. Maybe people don't know, like that they're even offering, VCC creation. or people are not using that option, for example. Usually, guys, it's really simple, to understand. If certain VCC is easy to get, like I said, you you can almost always forget about using that VCC. Uh, when it comes to Snapchat, the situation is a bit better, but on the downside, it's not that easy to make money with Snapchat. So, but still, guys, uh, you know, I must tell you that almost okay, not every VCC will work with Snapchat, but most of them will. Let's say. Pinterest is not accepting prepaid cards. Usually, guys, most of VCCs are prepaid cards. It's their level, you know. Yeah, what else is there? Yeah, for Bing will usually recognize VCC, but only as a prepaid payment option. So if you click postpay and like tried certain VCC, most likely they will say we added your payment option, but not for basically postpay, you know, and because you made that mistake, usually Bing will even ban your account. So if that happened to you once, that you added a card that is recognized as a prepaid card, next time when you're creating Bing account, don't choose postpaid when you're creating your account type. Choose prepaid, then everything will be fine. What you can do then, you can basically work with a no spend coupon. People are selling those coupons. I will also give you some, like informations when it comes to that. Basically, Skype contacts of those people. I used to buy big coupons in the past, guys. There are no spend coupons, $100 coupons that you can use with prepaid accounts. So that way, honestly, you can even use some VCCs for Bing, and also people are selling spend 25 on threshold to get $100 coupons, and those coupons we will get with the method that I showed you in this coaching. So you don't need to buy those coupons, definitely, guys. Yeah, you can even uh, create an agency account with Bing, add another user, and then request coupon. But yeah, it's complicated. Honestly, you don't need to do that. So yeah, like I said, and AdWords will also recognize some VCCs as prepaid cards, and you can't link them, right? Um, a few years ago, guys, AdWords was accepting all cards. That looks like an ancient history right now, but believe it or not, it was like that. So every VCC would link, and like let's say, I think 2 or 3 years ago, they started recognizing prepaid cards, and you can't link those cards, right? Uh, Bing did that long time ago. AdWords just followed them when it comes to that rule. Uh, Believe it or not, also, guys, usually Bing is a trendsetter, so some changes will first happen on Bing network. Uh, yeah, that's like a funny thing to notice also. Yeah, yeah, I would like to see that Bing, if it's possible, like to increase threshold, you know, Bing threshold is 50 compared to Google's threshold that is 350. Like that's a big difference. Like I would like to see higher threshold on Bing. I mean immediately as soon as you open your account. Um, yeah, yeah. Also, guys, you can definitely use VCCs for AWS creation. So almost every VCC will work for creating AWS account. uh, that is also good. uh, and sadly almost none of the VCCs will work on Azure. Even if you link, like your VCC and it appears that everything is fine, after 3 hours they can basically ban you. Yeah, Azure is dodgy definitely, and yeah, usually, mm, yeah, not a lot of VCCs will work also on Google Cloud, but I'm not using Google Cloud. When I tried it, it was really painful experience, at least for me. So yeah, when it comes to that, the most important thing is that VCCs are working generally on, like AWS setup. Like you can create AWS, and that's perfect for us. Um, or is there something else? Let's see. Uh, you can definitely use VCCs, guys, for creating free trials. I created a free trial for ClickFunnels with VCC. I created uh, also a free trial with Unbounce. Uh, one VCC that I showed you in the beginning of this course was ePay service or ePay services. Basically, uh, their card is from United States. I mean, like a location of the bank that is issuing that VCC is USA bank. And like I said, for free trials it works. For example, you can open Canva free trial. Um, Not that you need it honestly, but yeah, you can if you want. Uh, yeah, AWS is fine. ClickFunnels, Unbounce, and probably guys many other companies. Keep in mind, not every company will also work with VCC. Also with VCC, I opened PeerClick account, that same VCC from ePay services. Uh, that is also good because they give one campaign, for cloaking for free. uh, 30 days after you open the account, you can literally cloak one campaign. That is really good. I'm not sure how long that deal will last, but that is really good. So guys, VCCs are definitely useful, but it's not like it used to be. It used to be much better, but yeah, now it's a bit harder, like to use VCCs on mm, advertising platforms. Pinterest will also work only with or I would not say real cards because certain VCCs are high level definitely, but they're explicitly saying that they're not accepting a prepaid cards. So yeah, that's it. Uh, I think I covered everything, guys. Like I said, go through this list. I mean, it's really simple, because under location, literally everything is there, guys. You you honestly don't even need to look into stuff that will be really hard for you to get, you know. And yeah, that's it, guys. And I'll see you in the next one.